the streets, yeah, we talk about it. What's going on in the church, yeah, we talk about it. How to make money, yeah, we talk about it. Facebook, yeah, yeah. IG, Twitter, whatever else. Ooh, it's really there. You can catch CEOs. What can you see, brother? Talking about the hot topics, my girl. What can you see, brother? Talking about the hot topics.
What's up? What goes on? So listen, I got a great show planned for you today, but I want to give a big shout out to my proud sponsors. You already know what it is. It is a Natural Seal, one of my favorite people, a Natural Seal. But they have milk butter. It's shea butter, y'all. So I always tell y'all, this is not the butter for your bread, but it's the butter for your body. So we just want to send a shout out to a Natural Seal for always making sure the platform is up and running. Because without Bill, we probably wouldn't be running. Yeah, she makes sure of that. As well as Cakes by Kessler. You want to send a shout out to Cakes by Kessler. But then the new line of acrylic, the acrylic cupcake colors. So listen, so if you're looking to jazz up your cupcakes or your cakes, please contact Cakes by Kessler. The information, the link is in the bio. So listen, we're all a little out of it today. Normally I don't normally discuss a lot of things on my platform because we have different people that come on and disagree. But here it is. I know that the world is just very, very emotional right now because of the guilty verdict that just came down. I was contemplating not even coming on tonight because I'm like, wow, we're just so overwhelmed with the justice that was made today for America. We watched Corey Jones and we watched so many other Zimmerman just kind of walk away with a slap on the wrist for so many things. But today, justice prevailed and we basically did it. So again, if I see a little off base, I see a little off tonight, you guys charge it to my head and not my heart. There's just so many things as a parent, as a Black woman, I'm just going to say it, that it just runs through your head. We deal with so much in the community. We deal with so much as far as driving. We deal with so much. And for justice to be served today, it was truly a blessing. So again, if I see a little out of it, that's because my emotions are just everywhere. Again, you don't ever see me talk about politics on the platform, but tonight that was worthy of us talking about. So listen, I'm gonna just tell you this. We were scheduled to have Shonda Davis on tonight. She has not clicked into the platform. I probably can tell you why. Today she made an announcement. Hey, Nikisha Freeman, she made an announcement today that everything within the Wish interiors and staging had changed. Everything that she was doing had changed. She got a big deal through Wish, and now she's basically the new studio coordinator for HSN Live Broadcasting. So I know that maybe she has so much going on. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about what I know of her. I know that back in the day when we were all little kids, we all wanted a Wish event wedding. When we were growing up, it was like in Delray, if you're from South Florida, you always wanted a Wish event wedding because she was one of the ones that were doing spectacularly amazing, over-the-top weddings. And every young girl that was a teenager that was even thinking about being married always wanted a Wish wedding. She told us a couple of years ago when she relocated to Tallahassee, she told us, she said, listen, I'm here to change some things. I ain't going to weddings no more. Shock the entire world. Just shock the world. Like, you know, weddings. What? So she did indicate that the couple weddings that she had, she took care of. And anyone knows that when Miss Davis did your wedding, it was just elaborate, magnificent, just over the top. And again, she did make a statement a couple months ago that she was moving on to something else and no longer doing weddings. And I can understand that because I'm making some changes within my organization and business. So I understand that some things you outgrow and you have to move on to some more bigger things. So we do want to send a shout out to her tonight. Um, Wish events and designers, I'm sorry, professional home stager, designer, Wish Interiors and Design Home Stager LLC. We want to thank her so much for just basically being able to reach out to me. Well, I reached out to her, and again, she made this wonderful announcement today that she is now the new studio coordinator for HSN Studios, like over there in St. Pete area. So we just want to just send her some love and some shout out because we are doing it. We are doing it. We look at girl, it gives us strength and it gives us will to go on because girls like myself, little girls like me, it looks like me can do it. So we just want to give a little shout out and show us some love for that. So listen, I'll be right back with you after these announcements.
Hey everybody, this is Bax Decon. My name is Garnicia, owner and operator. We came here in the salon at It's a New Season and we did a full sterilization. The chemical that I do use is actually by ServPro. It's for your home, for your daycares, it's for any small businesses. This chemical lasts us for about 4 weeks when we spray it in and it kills the germ instantly. So we did the full salon. As you can see, we got up in the air, we got in the floor, we got in between the cracks and crevices along the salon. So she has pretty good clean as of right now. So if you have a salon or you have a barbershop or a restaurant or anything like that and you need someone to come in and do an actual COVID clean or a sanitational clean for your business, please give us a call. Our number is 561-406-0083. And you can visit us on Instagram. We're at BaxDecon_cleaning. And we're also on Facebook as BaxDecon Cleaning, okay? All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good
All right, so listen, since I'm here, I just want to give a shout out to Nikisha Freeman. I'm trying to actually find her event that she's actually hosting. So Nikisha Freeman is hosting an event. I'm just trying to get to it, y'all. I think she inboxed it to me. She's hosting an event that just for the young ladies at heart. She called me a couple of days ago, and I interviewed her a couple of weeks ago, and she called me and said she's hosting an event that is worth talking about. So give me 1 second. Yeah, let me see if I can find it. All right, so it's the Freepreneur Workshop. She has so many things going on that the Freepreneur Workshop that she has going on. Sorry, I can't find the flyer, y'all. Thought I had it, but I didn't. So Freepreneurs is hosting a workshop. I'll get the dates for you. If she on, she can tag me in the information. This is for young girls from the ages of, if I'm not mistaken, 7 to 17. This is the outlet for the young ladies. I have a teenage daughter that, sometimes as parents, they don't want to tell us everything. They don't want to be out and open with it. So what they do is Keisha Freeman has the Freepreneurs not only help the young ladies to have someone to talk to, but also get your feet wet a little bit as far as business. So again, Keisha Freeman, wonderful young lady. Again, I had her on the platform a couple weeks ago, but she has a wonderful event that she is hosting the next couple of weeks, which will be in West Palm Beach. And again, We want to connect with people like that that are building and branding and also helping our children. It is so important that we help one another in the industry and in the business. So just want to let you guys know if you're not following Keisha Freeman, it is a wonderful thing that you do. So I did find it. It is a Freepreneur Grow Your Own workshop. And it is on Saturday, May the 22nd, 2021. It is for the ages of 9 to 17. The information is that we're growing. We're growing. So Keisha is basically growing in the industry. Keisha, you can put the information because I'm trying to find the flyer with all the information. And I can't find it. All right, so Keisha does send me some photos, y'all. Here we go. Here we go. So it's the Let's Talk. The effect of mental illness and how it disturbs the internal organs. His workshop is for girls 10 to 17. It's May 8, 2021. The speaker is Dr. M. Wellens, and it's at the Revere Beach Integrated Care. You can sign up on her website at info@freepreneurs.org. Again, sign up on the website at info@freepreneurs.org. Just leave your name, age, and email address, and she'll be more than happy to help you as far as that. So if you're looking to just speak to the young girls. Again, the ages here, I'm sorry, I read it wrong, it's 10 to 17. There's so many young girls that are out here that are needing support, needing to talk to someone. Because guess what? Sometimes as a parent, we're just not enough. You know, regardless of whatever, we're just not enough. We're just not enough. And she has another program. We're going to call this the church announcement, honey. We're going to call this the church announcement. So we also have another event that she's hosting, which is we all can relate to. They say, what's your real size? Did you know wearing your correct size is good for your posture? Makes you look slimmer. It reduces a premature breast sagging. It helps clothes fit better. Helps prevent back and pain, reduces bulging. There's a workshop from 10 to 17, that'll be ages 10 to 17 to June the 12th, 2021. Again, let me just tell y'all this, let me be transparent, right? So when I was younger, probably until I got pregnant at 30, I didn't have all of this. So I never knew the correct bra size. And actually, I didn't know the correct bra size probably about a year ago. But someone said to me, hey, Kenya, you know, you can go to Macy's and they can fit you in all of these things. So, you know, a lot of older people, a lot of adults are not secure. And I know this is a platform and I know men and women are listening, but a lot of people are not secure and do not know the correct bra size. That's why when you see them, there's a lot of bulging and back fat, everything is going on. So this is not only good for 10 to 17, I may have to just roll up on them myself and let them go ahead and fit me to make sure I'm wearing the right bra size. So again, if you want to just go and hang out with people, if you want to donate, also contact her. She did a raffle the other day, and I assume charge it to the head and Keisha be still on. And I had sent my money for the raffle, but I realized I didn't. She does different things to raise money. It is a nonprofit, but she needs all the help she can get in order to continue to thrive on this. So Keisha Freeman, she is in the comments. Inbox her, ask her what she needs to keep this thing going. She just opened up her new office. She's doing big things, guys. So do me a favor, inbox her and ask her, what do you need? Every dollar helps. I always tell people, you got 5,000 friends on Facebook. If every one of your friends give you $1, we'll have $5,000. That's what I always tell people. We do a lot of things with donations, but if you got 100 friends that is willing to give $1, you'll have $100. And you know for a fact you'll have that $100. You got 50 friends that's willing to give you $1, you'll have $50. So a lot of times we get involved in these things with money and we give money. But if you can get 10 of your friends on a Tuesday to give you, can get 50 of your friends on a Tuesday to give you $1, so you got $50. I'm just thinking out loud. Or how to do things. Just thinking out loud. So again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in. Okay, she did put the website www.freepreneurs.org. www.freepreneurs.org. Oh, freepreneurs.org. And like I said, reach out to her. If you are a mother of a daughter, even if your daughter is grown and out of high school, reach out. Every dollar counts. Reach back and say, hey, Nikisha, I see what you're doing. Here's $5. It may not help you with much, but it'll help you with something. And guess what? If you have 100 people get $5, y'all do the math. Y'all do the math on that. So basically, again, we wanna just thank her so much. I told her as much as possible I am going to help her because I'm the mother of a 17-year-old. And sometimes I don't understand it. Like I want this new world order of doing things are just so different of me growing up and them growing up. It's a whole new world. I think that we try so hard to give our children the things that we couldn't have. So we end up spoiling them, and we keep giving them what they want and not what they need. And then by the time we realize it, they're now in a place of wanting more than we can give. I think that's more or less what we have going on in life with them. So listen, I am in contact with Shonda Davis. She's trying to get on. So Jadiva will be here herself. We're just trying to work through we're just trying to get it opened up for her to come on. Also tonight, if you didn't know, we also have Jenice Stallings will be joining us tonight with the and drapery styles by Stallings events and decor. So she's also coming on tonight to hang out with me. So y'all be right back. Listen, I'm gonna run my commercial so I can see if I can help her out in the back. Get in so she can tell you what's going on herself. We'll be right back.
Yeah, we talk about it. What's going on in the church? Yeah, we talk about it. How to make money? Yeah, we talk about it. Facebook, yeah. IG, Twitter, it's really, you can catch CEOs. What can you see? Talking about the hot topics, my girl. Yeah. What can you see? Talking about the hot topics.
So listen, I got the Stallings. She in her whole car. You know you busy. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Jenice?
I can. How are you?
So listen, you know you booked and busy when you do an interview from your car. You know you're booked and busy when you do it from your car. She says,
please forgive me.
She said, I have some running around to do, but I will be on. I say, okay. So we know you booked and busy when you're doing it from the car. It's okay.
Please forgive me. I'm a woman of my words, so I want to honor that. And I appreciate you for having me on this platform. I sincerely appreciate you. Thank you so much.
So listen, I recall a while ago, I know because you're driving, so it's going to go in and out. So I recall a while ago that we basically, she's here now. So I recall a while ago that they put both of us on the platform to speak, right? So here it was. I'm like, I don't want to go after her. If you remember when you did your platform with Peppy, and Peppy said, well, you're going to go last. And then you went on and you told your story and everything. I was like,
and I was so scared that day. Do you know I was so scared? That was a long time ago.
Yes, and I said, I don't want to go no more. He said, Kenya, you've been doing this for years. I said, I don't want to go no more. I don't want to go no more. I said, she just came on and shut down the whole thing. And everybody was emotional and crying. I'm like, well, I'm get up there and say that I do a video show, a radio show, and but people don't want to hear nothing I got to say now. They already told us we need to do benediction and go home. So I just want to thank you so much for joining me tonight. Just want to tell everybody that little story. So listen, I have watched you. I remember when you first started out. So give us a little bit of how you got into um, basically wanting to do what you're doing.
Well, actually, I never intended to do what I do. I went to business school at FAM. Shout out to the Rattlers. So I always just wanted to be a businesswoman. I just wanted to work in business, And so when I lived in Tallahassee, at the time, it was my boyfriend, which is my husband now. We started out like selling mixed CDs. This was like in the 90s. So we went to high school together and all of that stuff. He was more of the entrepreneur mindset and spirit than I was. I just wanted to be 9 to 5, go to work, come home, and be done with it. But the giftings were there. I first started decorating paper. So when we were selling those CDs, I would make the covers for the CDs. And then it turned into from making covers for the CDs to making invitations and programs. And then we moved back down to Palm Beach and I was doing more programs and invitations. And people would ask me, hey, would you like to, decorate this small gathering? And then I would live in Target and always decorate my dining room table. And every season, it didn't matter if it was Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, whatever, between Pier 1 and Target, I would just go there. I always want to do some things. And I had one of my cousins had gave my number to someone and said, oh, they want you to do their wedding. And I'm like, I don't do weddings. She was like, yes, you do. And so I just leaped out and I did my first wedding at the old Newcomb Hall. And from that day, I just fell completely in love with events on a whole nother level.
Wow. Wow. And now you basically have grown from doing CDs all the way to now you're like Drake queen. Like, I mean, whenever you see anyone, and I see some drapes, I say, I know who did them drapes. And listen, I'm gonna tell you, on the green screen in the back, we got the person that taught you a little bit about flowers. I remember when you took that class as well. So tonight I had to pair you guys up because you guys were dominating the scene in Palm Beach. You guys were dominating the scene. And I think that one thing I love about both of you is that you make room for everybody. You guys have shown the women how it is to work together. It's not like you work with tellers and you do the draping and she does the decorating. And that's one thing that I've always respected about you guys. That was never a competition where, and people need to take note on that. Even though you're in the same,
we were just on the phone. We was just on the phone probably like less than 30 minutes ago. Like we mad cool for real. Like we really cool. And it's never like literally like she just referred somebody to me today and I refer people to her. Like when I can't do something, I know the level of work that they're looking for. So I'm like, okay, Veronica can definitely handle that and vice versa. So I do a lot of pipe and draping for Veronica as well. And it's just a pleasure to see, people blossom and grow. And, at the end of the day, I can't help everybody. She can't help everybody. And I only want people to come to me, the ones that are comfortable with the type of services that we can provide for them. So I don't want to, be in competition, with anybody. I want to look back and say, Jenice, what did you do? And how did you improve yourself? As opposed to saying, oh, I'm looking at her and I'm coming for after her. I ain't coming for nobody.
Exactly. So I do want to commend you on that again. You and Miss Davis, I had just said in the intro that back in the day, everybody wanted a wish wedding. I mean, we were little girls, it was like, we gonna get us a wish wedding. You know what I mean? It was like, we gonna get us a wish wedding. Everybody used to say that back in the day. And now everybody's saying,
girl,
I know. And
it is my wedding. Shonda did the flowers for my wedding. I was just communicating with Shonda today. That's what I tell people. I'm cool with a lot of these planners out here, so we like for real cool.
Yeah, and it's like this. Now I'm like, man, you know, and y'all know I did like but and it was so hard when I got married because it was like I know so many planners. And how do you do this? Because if you choose one gonna be like, I know you deep down inside, you're gonna be like, oh, we all work together, but you not you like, come on, Kiki, now you know me. So you know what I did? I said, listen, I'm not even gonna rent a chair. I'm going to Maggiano's, we're gonna have some dinner, we're gonna say these vows, and then after a couple of years, we'll go back and revisit it. Because I gotta get me some drapes or something. I'm like, I gotta get some drapes. And I was just sitting here like, well, maybe I can drape my house for a housewarming, but they won't be able to see the house if I do the housewarming. So, you know, it's just like you guys have showed women, if they're not looking, show women how to do this thing and how to connect. And that's one thing I like because, again, like you said, she taught y'all how to do flowers. Most women be like, I'm not going to teach you my gift. I'm not going to give you my gift.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not going to
Mm-hmm.
give you my gift. Even though she
And
was plotting to get.
how I got into draping, people don't know the story behind that. It was an accident. I was never supposed to go into draping at all. I wasn't even putting that on my radar at all. But it was one company that I used to use to do draping, and one day they stood me up. Like I called them days before. I had paid the deposit for the client, and this particular company, the lady says, well, we just don't have time to do it. But what we'll do is we'll drop everything off to you and you have to set it up yourself. And that's the best that you can do. And so I'm like frustrated, like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And my husband said, oh no, we're finna figure this out. And so that day, I didn't even do it. My husband and another guy from the venue, they set up the drapes. And I was like, wait a second. They getting paid this every week to come set up these drapes. And then from there, that's where I went and looked into it. And I started out literally with 2 uprights, 1 crossbar, and 2 base plates, and maybe about 10 drapes. And that was it. And now God and blessed us to have the ability to drape a whole ballroom. But it started with a small amount, and we love doing the draping. I mean, love doing the draping. But that was never a plan. Never a plan.
Well, we love you. You know how I feel about you. You know I've had conversations and you know I've seen trucks and I say, it's a truck over here for sale. You know, I'm driving around looking for you a truck because, you know, you said you wanted a van, so you know how we feel. And I love the fact that, again, I always tell people that you are forced. You're forced by yourself. But man, when you connect with some powerful women, you can dominate the world because
Man.
again, if I can just bottle all of y'all up, it's just it's bad to say because you shouldn't say this, but I'm so jealous of that industry because if we have more of that throughout all industries, as far as women, man, we'll be some powerful people. But what
Oh
happens
man.
is we basically see oh, I'm not gonna tell her my secret. I'm not gonna tell her my secret because we think we're gonna get on top. Listen, like you said, there's enough money out there for all of us. It's enough
No,
money.
and I think it also boils down to knowing who you are. I am into planning and designing, draping, flowers, teaching, and now we have our space that we rent out for intimate gatherings. That's what we into. So if it's something beyond that, I'm not trying to go after it. If I know somebody that can get it, amazing. A lot of times I'll have a certain level. My husband and I will be like, okay, this is our tolerance level for the week. If we cannot handle it, we'll just go ahead on and let another service provider in our circle know about it. Those people, especially, that have been there for us. So we definitely will push it forward to them. So I'm happy to see all of us, especially as Black people, as women, coming together and just doing some amazing things. It's amazing.
Wow. Well, listen, like I said before, you know, since the day I met you, well, the day I met you, you scared because you made everybody cry, and I didn't come after you. That was at Pepe's event when we did it at the church. But ever since I met you, I've
And
always had
I'm
that.
gonna tell you, I was so nervous because that was like one of my first times speaking. And I remember Christina telling me, she was like, Jenice, Just pretend like you having a conversation with some new friends. And I'm like, that speaking thing, well, because if you really knew who I was really shy. Really, but
Mm-hmm.
business forced me to have to speak, and that was by accident too. The speaking definitely was by accident because I did not want to talk. I just wanted to stay behind the scenes, and I couldn't stay behind the scenes and talk. I had to come to the front and talk. So but at the time that day, girl, I don't even remember. I remember being there, but I don't remember what I said because I was so nervous. I
But
was so
I can
nervous.
say this, I can say this, and I know that you're in the car, I know you run around. You said at the end, you said, okay, now I gotta go because I got a whole lot of stuff to do. And you had the mic, and you in your green shirts walk right on out the building. I said, well, you better know how to say what you got to say and drop the mic and leave. I said, just say, we gotta go, we gotta. I
We
said, you
had
should
an
just.
event that day, and I still have that picture. We all had on our turquoise shirts that day.
Yes.
I
So y'all just all just walked on that. Y'all just lined up. I said, all right, then we'll go ahead on and kill the building and walk out. That's how you do an exit. That's how you exit. So listen, we just want to thank you so much. Like I said, the wedding and event designer, piping and draping, floor design, consultant at Styles by Stallings Events and Decor. If you're looking for, just listen, I'm finding a way to get some draping. I don't know what I'm gonna get draped, but you're gonna drape something for me. I don't know what it's gonna be. I gotta come to your place to
hey,
get draped. Just
in our space, house of style is that's what we call it. It's an intimate setting. It's located in Riviera Beach. If you rent it for your next event, it already comes piped and draped for you with uplighting because I just love pipe and draping. And so, like, instead of renting out, a lot of people rent out the restaurants for a private room. You can come over to House of Style, bring your private chef, up to 20 guests in the front, and then you can also put another 10 guests in the back, and we'll be more than happy to host. Actually, what we had wanted to do, this year as well as last year with this whole pandemic that's going on, so many of our youth, they're not getting what they would have, what we got when we were in seniors in high school. My daughter is a senior in high school, and just to know that the absence of prom and project graduation and graduation the way that it's accustomed to being. So one thing that I wanted to put out, I haven't made the public announcement, but I'll make it right now, is that anybody who wants to have like a private prom for their child, like maybe their child has 5, 10, 15 kids, or excuse me, young adults and teens, that they want to come together, they're more than welcome to rent out House of Style, and we can put together a private prom. We can have a private chef come and cater to those youth, and also have a photographer be there so they can have their own private prom, get dressed up, look beautiful. You don't have to miss out on anything. We're also doing pop-up graduations where it's grad at your pad. So grad at your pad, that's at your house. So if you want to have a graduation ceremony at your house, make it memorable for your special graduate. Call us. We can come, bring the podium, the chairs, the tables, balloons, whatever you need in order so we can continue to celebrate the youth so they don't feel like they're not going to receive what is the world's norm. We're giving them something greater than now. We're giving them a little bit of love and creativity.
all right. So listen, I'm gonna crop all this out because I'm gonna make this a commercial. So listen, I just want to thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate you. I love you. I'm here if you need me.
Yes,
Put it
I
on the
appreciate.
flyer. Put all that on the flyer for me so I can show it on my show.
I will do.
Anything else
I
you want to say before I let you go?
Thank you. I appreciate you. To everyone out there, thank you all for watching. If you're in need of an event to be designed, fresh florals, or if you want to take one of our classes that we have, feel free to reach out to Styles by Stallings Events and Decor. I am Jenice Stallings. My number is 561-541-7170. Again, 561-541-7170. Y'all be blessed. And again, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
Thank you and have a great evening. So listen, I want to thank them for joining in. I don't know what just happened. I just had for the last 10 minutes Sandra Davis on the line, and now she disappeared. So we're gonna try to get her back on, so we can get her back on so she can speak. So listen, y'all just heard a whole bunch of stuff. So if you are looking to have, thank you. I don't give a shout out to Keisha Freeman because you know what? Everybody needs a moderator, and my moderator tonight is Keisha Freeman. You better do it, girl. Keisha Freeman, she be working for me. I love you, Keisha. So tonight, listen, I told you guys I had two wonderful women on tonight. Styles by Stallings, again, the relationship that she have with all the other designers, it's amazing. Again, I'm gonna say this: I'm a force by myself. I'm a force by myself. But man, when I got some people that standing behind me, I could conquer the world. You know. So I do want to send a shout out to the women. I do want to send a shout out to the women that are all working together. So we're gonna bring her on because let me tell y'all something. In about 3 months, I probably won't be able to get it because she worked for HSN now, y'all. Hello. I'm not going to do this. So let me take advantage of this tonight. Listen, I'm gonna let y'all know who this is. This the diva right here, y'all. Y'all, when I tell y'all, this lady, I watch you just to watch your style and what you dress and what you're going to step out in. Like I said before, you came on early tonight. I said I think that you broke a lot of hearts when you said you were getting out of the wedding business. I think a lot of people, a lot of young girls started crying because when I'm from Delray, I was grew up on 7th Avenue, right? So you know exactly what it's at. 1 block from the graveyard, and everybody wanted a wedding by wish. And it was like everybody wanted, that's what they wanted growing up. We wanted a wish wedding. Now, did we all get it? No, but we all wanted it. So when you made the announcement that you were leaving the wedding scene, I think everybody was like, what just happened? What went on? You first of all, you moved. He was like,
Yeah.
I'm like, where's she going? Then you relocated. I'm like, who told her she can leave? But you grown. We can't stop you from leaving. So, so I'm like, oh my God, who's gonna do these over the top weddings? Who's gonna do the Super Bowl stuff? Who's gonna do?
Jenice.
Who's gonna do it? So that's what I was like, what's going on? So right. So I'm like, oh my God, because I watched your journey. I followed your journey. I followed you. I'm like, oh my God. I followed your journey with everything from the beginning to the end. I probably can tell your story just as well because I love to hear you speak. And like you say, I'm a teacher at heart first, and you're a mother. So that's just it. So I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna put my phone on mute, and I want you to start from the beginning and tell them who you are.
Well, my name is Shonda Davis. I'm the owner of Wish Interiors and my newest venture, the Wishing Well, which I've designed and curated my own home interior design line. And as of today, I'm the new HSN studio coordinator for set design. That's me. That's it.
Oh man. So listen, I always say this because I don't even like to. I read it, but I don't want to grasp it like the professional home stager. So I want to grasp it. Congratulations, but I still can't get over. Still can't get over the wish. There's no wedding like a wish wedding. You know what I mean? So so we do congratulate everything you're doing, but it was just like so many things. And like I told Jenice, I love the way you operate. I love how you do things because you were not selfish in anything you did. You were giving in all of your knowledge. So I mean, for a fact because you said it. Not too many women want to do. Not too many women want to share their knowledge the way you have. So tell us how did we get? What was? But I know that at one point we followed your journey with. I don't know if you want to bring it up or not. Your journey with cancer. We followed your journey with moving. How deep can we go with that?
Well, the thing about me is what most people did not know. Simultaneously, while building Wish events, I was also an educator. So for 16, 18 years with Palm Beach County School District, I was an educator. So to teach and share, it's just innate. It's in me. It's what I do. It's what I did as a profession while building the wedding business. So once I became a full-time wedding planner after fighting cancer, I wanted to build a community around all things beautiful. Um, Anyone who's been in events has anything to do with events. It can be extremely competitive. It can be a shark eat shark world. But in the community that I lived, I really wanted to make sure that I connected with other planners and other designers and the chefs and anyone who the DJs, the photographers. I felt that in our community, we were one big circle. So as Jenice, spoke about, we are truly friends. Jenice has stepped in and helped me when I needed help. And I was like, okay, this is too big for me when I was in the wedding industry. There were times I would step in and be an extra hand for Jenice. We are truly friends. We were not in the business of being competitive. We were in the business of building one another. And so when I decided to exit weddings, I had been in weddings 27 years. I was new in Palm Beach, but I wasn't new to weddings. I actually started doing weddings back in 1994. Fresh out of college, I was engaged to be married. I knew what I wanted. I felt that I could not trust my vision to someone else. So I was like, well, let me try to do this myself. And I had also worked with my aunt, who was a wedding planner, and my grandmother, who let me design the house. So it all kind of just pulled together. And I realized, whoa, I really like this. And little by little, I began to build a company and merge off and, you know, do this thing called weddings. And I fell in love with it for 27 years. So when I exited, I always compare my exit to a Tyler Perry movie when he talked about Lena Horne being a lady and knowing when to exit. It was my time. There were so many new planners and so many new things going on in the world of weddings that I felt I had gotten the height. I had reached the peak of my career. It was time for me to move on and enjoy watching those who came after me blossom. It's so wonderful for me to still see people like Darren Blake and Ronica Taylor and Jenice and Alicia Hooper, all of who are in Palm Beach, still do amazing things. To me, it's never a competition. These are women and gentlemen that I support. I love to see them do their thing, and I'm always in the background cheering. I just took the gift and took it down a different lane, which is the interior design. Same thing, all things beautiful.
Wow. Okay, so now I'm not mad at you anymore.
Please don't be mad.
So, so I'm not okay. So this is the thing. I tell people, they said, "What are we gonna do in the interview?" I said, "We're gonna have a conversation. It's like a FaceTime." So now I got a clear understanding that I didn't know that you did it for 27 years. So for some reason I think that you're wrong with me. So I'm thinking like 27 years. That is a long time, and that makes sense because next week I'm making a great announcement that's probably going to shock the world as well. So
Can't wait.
it's next week. I'm making an announcement that what you're saying makes sense to what you're
Yes,
saying. That you have to know when to make the exit. So that makes
yes,
sense. See, you just dropped some greatness into me and made me feel better about what I'm doing. So, yeah.
yes. You
So
kind of have to
the
know when to exit.
yeah. So quick question. How did we get HSN? Did you send them? I mean, did you send them something? Did they notice you? How did that work?
Here's what happened. I'm a thinker. I'm a planner. It's the Virgo in me. I always say Virgos are very particular people. We're planners. Well, when I made my exit 3 years ago out of weddings, I began to question, okay, so Shonda, what are you going to do now? You're still young. I was 47 at the time. And I knew that my space here on earth, this is my belief. So I'm going to bring you to how I got HSN. I truly believe that God gives us all an assignment. When he dispatches these souls to earth, we all come with an assignment. And with the assignment, there's a gift. I believe that I was assigned to the beautification department. I was here on earth to make things beautiful. What was I going to do with the gift? So for years, the gift was making things beautiful in events and in weddings. But the departure, I didn't leave the gift, I just moved into a different lane. So I decided, you know what? I've always been an interior designer without the title. So I went back to school. I got my certification in home staging and interior design. In this world, it's okay to say you have the experience, but the truth is you need it on paper. You're not validated in that side of making things beautiful without having the credentials. So I went back to school. While going back to school, I did the practicum side. I was decorating homes. I was building my electronic portfolio because these are all the things that you need to venture into a new lane. Mind you, I ventured into this lane at 50. I'm now competing with people who've been doing this since their 20s. So I couldn't come in green. I had to come in power pack. I had to have the credentials, I had to have the experience, and I had to have the confidence behind what I was doing. So I had my own company, of course, Wish Interiors, where I would go in and design homes. But I wanted to take it to the next level because remember, 27 years, I was the HWIC, the head woman in charge. And I was used to doing things on a grand scale. But interior design can be kind of small. You know, you're doing one home, you have one client, one company. Well, I wanted to take it to the next level. So I started to then research the industry, ways that I can grow bigger in interior design. And HSN happened to be one of the names that kept popping up. So I relocated. Tallahassee was my home. But once you live in the big city, when you go back to a smaller city, it really does seem slow. Tallahassee was a bit slow for me. So I decided I want to come back south, but I didn't want to come back to West Palm. I wanted to retire in a place that was new for me. So I ended up here in St. Petersburg. Corporate or office, HSN is here. So I looked through all of the jobs that were available. I looked at my skill set. I looked at my experience. I looked at my credentials. And I said, okay, these are the ones that I qualify because this is the big mistake that people who want to go into this field can really make, over applying for positions that you don't qualify for. Don't do it because they see you as fishing. They don't know if you know who you are in the industry. You don't know what you are great at. So I did not apply with a lot of companies. I did not apply for a lot of positions. I was really, really targeted in the selections for the positions that I, would go after. The truth is, no one tells us how to do this. The teacher in me wants to share this. If this is what you want to do, find your niche. Find what you're good at. Even if it's not popular, even if it's not what people think you should do, stick with it. It's like a college degree. If you stay there long enough, you'll get one. So with what I'm doing, I just stayed true to what I'm doing. And I applied, and the truth is, I was denied 2 positions. And I wasn't broken. I just realized, well, what am I doing wrong? So what did I do? I emailed them and asked them. And what I found out is I was overqualified. Instead of feeling rejected, I asked questions. And the truth came out, no, it's not that we don't want you. It's that you're overqualified for the positions in which you applied. You learn along the way. So I said, okay, let me take it up a notch. And I did. And here I am. I got the position.
You don't talk to people tonight. Now y'all ain't learned something from that. I'm a person that truly believes in continuing going. People always say I've been doing this platform for probably a year and a half. I max out sometimes with 30 viewers, sometimes 50 viewers. But one thing I'm gonna continue to do is keep going because you never know where it's gonna take you. And tonight, here it is, right? Tonight you said some things to me. You might have been talking to the people that's on streaming on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, And Twitch, you might have been speaking to them, but you know what? For 1 minute, you were speaking to me saying, you know what, can you find a niche and do what you need to do and keep going? So
Find
I
your
love that.
lane. Yes.
I
And
love that.
and it can be lonely. I always talk with Jenice about what we do. We're in a field where you can't really be paid for the gift. You start to just kind of estimate your worth. But here's the thing about estimating your worth. If you don't present yourself as worthy, you won't be counted as worthy in any field. And remember, very few people look like me in this new industry that I'm in. I'm a Black woman. I'm walking in the door with a whole lot of strikes. So I want to come in with a skill set. And you, in your field, you want to come in with a skill set that has you so loaded that saying no is going to be hard. And even if they do, they'll backtrack. They'll go, wait a minute, the best candidate just walked out the door. The person who is really for this job walked out the door. I learned really young that it only takes one yes. Every no that you get along the way is leading you to the one yes. Stick it out. It's gonna happen. Even when everyone says, we don't know anyone who looks like you that's doing that, or that idea has never been done before, be true to you, because your platform will shine because you're the star, not the platform. Just a little
So
advice.
so when you gonna start motivational speaker? Because listen, everybody that's on here saying this is a work. Serious, you're dropping nuggets and sowing seeds. And we know we brought you on to talk about this. Now, do me one favor, because everybody might not know what staging is. So can you explain to everyone that's watching what home staging is?
Okay, home staging, believe it or not, is a vast field. It is totally different from interior design. Home staging, production staging is someone who can come in, set it up just for a sole purpose. Like when you're selling your house and they tell you to make it friendly for all buyers. If you've ever saw, I'm the person that will come in and say, okay, you know what? Let's remove those personal artifacts, your pictures, religious artifacts. You want to make this house sell for the masses. I come in, I move the furniture around, I look at the space, I take advantage of layout, I make things beautiful based on what will make that home sell. If I were to do it in TV, say HSN, there's a product. What is going to make that yellow on that dress stand out? What color palette is going to make that, product itself sell? Staging is just what it is. You set the stage for what it is you want them to believe, know, or like. It's totally different from interior design. So that's why I still have Wish Interiors, where I'll go in and make things beautiful permanently. But staging is just that. It is temporary. It is meant to do something specific, be it increase money, to attract buyers, to attract an audience. It's very specific. It is a lane that you have to know, and you stay in it, because you really don't merge the two. Interior design really is not home staging. It is not production staging. It's two different things. Oops.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
I went blank for a second. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
See, listen, this is why you got to run several cameras in the room. I tell people that we can't, lightning, something happened and the power went out. This is why I run several cameras in one room. To God.
Yes.
So just to make everyone understand, I know a lot of people, they watch these home shopping network channels and they see what people come in and stage and hit the pillows to make it look nice and make it look cute and
Yes.
all of that. So that's what staging actually is. But with Home
Yes.
Shopping Network, you're going to be basically making things pop.
Yeah. Basically, what happens is, home HSN is a gamut of three. which most people don't know. It's HSN, QVC, and Zulily. So it's a mecca. And my job is to basically stage every set for, how sometimes Betsy Johnson might come in, Michael Kors, then you may have, someone, Billy Blanks, or someone who sells different products. When they sell their product, they want a background that's conducive to the product to make it sell. So if they're selling uh, a grill, they want that background to be maybe like a picnic or in a kitchen with cabinets, and the cabinets have to be decked out to make the viewer feel like it's their home. It is my job to make that background make that product sell.
Oh.
Yes. So it's a combination of things, but it's totally different from interior design.
Wow.
So design helps me in that field.
That's amazing, because hold on a second. I'm gonna take one of these out.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, hold on a second. Let me get this one out. Hold on, sorry about that. All right. So here it is, right? So this is what I'm doing next month. And it'd probably be funny, and you probably think I'm crazy, but don't laugh at me. So what happens is I do a lot of promotion for small businesses. And we were ready to drop the flyer. And should I be doing it? Well, we're gonna do it. So I don't know if I should be doing this because I was told to drop the flyer next week, but I'm gonna drop it today and tell you about it. So what happens is my thing is I love small businesses. Like, you always see a product on my desk. The jewelry that I wear off of small businesses, things that's around here I wear from small. They send me things, not tonight, but normally I wear a shirt that's of a company. So I'm starting my own, which is the GT Express shopping network, starting in March. Really, so it'll be the same thing. So it'll be the same thing to help small businesses, because a lot of times people don't want to be on the forefront. A lot of people don't want to do this. They don't want to come on because they're shy. But I have no problem saying, hey, listen, you can try this butter. This butter is, everything. And I have the equipment. So we're releasing that on next month as well. When you said that yesterday, because you said, oh, I got an announcement to make. And I'm glued to the TV like, what's she going to say? Because now I get to talk about it on my show. I get to talk about it on my show. And that's crazy, because that's what I was saying. I was like, what's she going to talk about? Because I'll be able to talk about it on my show. And I saw it. I was like, okay, she's gonna do something. So when you said I'm the new person for the Home Shopping Network, I was like, yes! I'm a little wild, so forgive me. I was like, yes! Do she know that I'm trying to start a home shopping network? Oh my God, So I was all excited, because this is what my passion is helping others. My passion is the same thing like yourself. People always tell me, Kenya, you don't have to try to fit in because you're already there. Sometimes mentally you don't know how much you help people. So watching you and watching the things that you've done, and I may not comment. And listen, you were selling jackets that I was in love with, but at the time I was going through some stuff. And everybody know I love camel. Everybody know I love camel. She was making camouflage jackets. She just stopped one day. As soon as I got my little coins together, I'm like, so I got this money together. And then you just stopped. I don't understand that.
Something about being a creative, and this is no joke. And Jenice could probably tell you, creatives, once we do something for a while, we become complacent with it. It's like, okay, I've done that. You're always wanting to be better. You always want to grow. You want to move further. So with the jackets, after I'd done almost 400 jackets, I was like, okay, I've accomplished this. I'm ready to move forward. And so all of a sudden one day, I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. And I did. I stopped. But in the same, and with the same note, I was just on to something else. And believe it or not, and people are going to think I'm crazy. When I interviewed for the job with HSN, I said to them, I don't plan on being in this position long. It is my goal to move higher, to learn other areas to do different things, because I know me. After about a year of doing this position and mastering it, I'm going to be ready to grow. And I wanted to make sure that they knew me walking in the door was not me being complacent, because that's just not who I am. And they loved it. So that's another thing that I would like to say to your listeners. Never become complacent with where you are. Always strive, always be hungry to grow, to get bigger, and don't be afraid to reinvent yourself. We're not who we were when we were born. We're constantly being reinvented each day as we grow and live life and experience. So even in your careers, don't be complacent. Grow, reinvent yourself, push restart. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it.
Man, you got me so excited. Now I spilled that. I ain't going no further, but you got me so excited about next Thursday for the announcement I have to make next Thursday. You know how some things are bittersweet, you
Yes.
know, but some things you do is you have to sit down and pray about it, to cry about it, but some things just come to an end. And you
Yeah.
have to learn to accept that. And you tonight, and I know I've talked to a lot of people, I've talked to friends and family, and you know, I talked to my husband, and he was like, "Listen, you got to do what you got to do." But tonight, you have really assured me that it's okay. I mean, you don't even know what's going on. I mean, if you tune in next Thursday at 7 o'clock, you'll be like,
I
"Okay, I
will.
understand." So it's okay. It's okay to not become complacent. It's okay to, like you just said, walk off your job and say, you know what, I've been here 16 years, I'm not going anywhere, and you know, there's more out there for me to do. So it's okay, you know. So you
Yes.
probably
We
have
create
blessed
these
so many
rules.
people.
Yes, we always say we create these rules for ourselves that we think that the world knows. They're in our head. These rules that we create, like, oh, I can't do that. Someone will think this or so. Those are our rules. The world does not even know these rules exist. So it's okay to break them. It's okay to walk away from a career that's not working. It's like a bad marriage. Why stay? It's like if it's not working, move on. And I've always had that outlook in life. Sometimes people go, "Are you crazy?" You know, when I walked away from education, "Are you crazy?" When I walked away from Wish, "Are you crazy?" You know, it's okay. I have learned to just live life fearlessly, because you only get one shot at this thing. And I would hate to leaving things undone.
And that makes so much sense. Girl, listen, you don't know what you did to me tonight. You have, I think you have put an air pump in me and made me just say it's okay. And sometimes you gotta have a stranger, because I just to let you guys know, I have never ever spoke to her except on Facebook when I asked about a jacket. Never had a conversation before tonight. We talked, and everything we talked about was about, can you be on the show? Can you come? That was it. So talking to a stranger tonight have assured me that it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. You know, it's
Yes.
gonna be all right. So I truly thank you. And again, like I said, next week, everybody said, who's coming on next week for the keeping it real the gospel? Nobody. I'm just gonna have a night. I'm just gonna come on in. I'm just gonna talk to everybody and
Yes.
answer a bunch of questions, because there's gonna be a lot of questions that's gonna come up. You know, a lot of people gonna say, "Did you pray about that thing? Are you praying about it?" But I ain't gotta pray about it because God made it in my heart, and you said it's broke. I gotta do what I gotta do. So listen, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna hold you long because I guarantee you 15 to 20 minutes. But I know the people thank you for everything you sold into them. So is there anything you want to say? How can they reach you? Um, Anything you want to tell people before you go?
Sure. First of all, I want to tell you thank you for allowing me to be on your platform and just share what it is that I love, because design and all things beautiful is what I personally love. Again, my name is Shonda Davis. I'm a professional home stager for HSN Network, and I'm the owner of Wish Interiors and the Wishing Well, where I have my own home decor line. I love you guys. Love you for all the support, and live your dream. Live it.
And we're not mad at you no more. Me, her, she not mad at
Don't
you.
be mad.
I'm not mad about my jacket. I'm not mad about Wish. I forget. I understand. We had a conversation. We worked through it. We We're not mad over here. We're not mad over here. We're not mad over here.
Thank
So
you.
we're not mad anymore. So you all right. So
Thank
I
you.
ain't gonna be side-eyeing you if I see you in jail. So I'm like,
That's
so you
right.
gotta worry about it no more. I'm like, hey girl, hey. But I
Thank
do want to
you.
thank you so much for coming on and hanging out with me. Anytime you want to come on and do anything, the platform is open to you. Just give me a call and say, hey, Kenya, I want to go talk about something. I can remove myself from this and just let you go ahead and talk and do what you have to do
Oh,
because there's so many people that tonight, if you look up and down the timeline, that are inspired by you to keep going. And I just want to say that you're a very, very good motivational speaker. I don't know if you want to jump on that one day, but you're very good motivational speaker.
well, I have a book. That'll be
Well, tell us about the book real quick, girl. Tell us about the book real quick, real quick, real quick.
okay. So the book is an anthology of 12 women telling our stories about just being women and going from birth to adulthood. And I am chapter one in the anthology. The book is due to be released this summer. The publisher just sent over the cover and we got a chance to look at everything. So as soon as I get the release date, I'll be posting it. And Kenya, you'll be the first to know. I'll send the information over to you and how everyone can get this book that gives you a real personal insight on me and why I'm the way that I am. My chapter, hint, hint, is called The He Before Him.
Mm-hmm. So listen, y'all heard this, right?
On the opening chapter.
So listen, I just want to bid you good night. I want to thank you for coming on, and we're gonna see you in the summer for the book.
Yes, most definitely. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.
Good night, and have a great one yourself. Oh my God! So listen, y'all. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in and bear with me with all the technical difficulties and everything. This is live. See, what happens is a lot of time when y'all be doing pre-recorded, it be fine. This is live, but just know that Kenya got a bunch of cell phones and stuff ready for things like that to happen. So listen, I need you guys to jump on me next week. We got two young entrepreneurs that are coming on. Two young ladies that have a t-shirt. One has a t-shirt line, and the other has like a soap line. I don't have to fly. Y'all forgive me, I don't know how to fly. I will be sharing it. Share it, share it, share it, share it. Come Thursday, join me next Thursday. This Thursday is Keeping It Real in the Gospel. We have Elaine Nelson. She'll be on talking about, she's talking about her talk show. Let's see, let me tell you right here. A lot of people say, how is your talk show talking about someone else's talk show that's aired at the same time your talk show is on? This is how you do it. God bless me with a platform. God bless me with a platform to be able to help others. So even though our platform is on the same day, you can watch me in the replay. There it is. Watch me in the replay. Watch me in the replay. I'm just joking, y'all. So listen, then on next week on the 29th, the 29th marks 20 years of me being in business. So the 29th is always my anniversary. 20 years. 20 years of me being in business. The 29th, April the 29th is my anniversary. The 29th is my anniversary. 20 years of being in business. So here it is. So 20 years of being in business. It marks 7 years for the platform of Keeping It Real in the Gospel. So Keeping It Real in the Gospel is actually in April 7 years old. Keeping It Real in the Gospel is 7 years old in April. Now, mind you, I always launch anything that I launch and relaunch in April. It is always around the 29th. So just another sneak peek. So then April 29th is when I launch Hot Topics Pop-Up Show, which is the show, the one that we're on tonight. So I know that I've been doing all these things, but I've been in business for over 20 years. My daughter's 16 years old. You guys know that I started out with GT Picture Perfect Photos and things. I don't know if you guys know I owned a t-shirt company with an actual storefront many years. I think I was the first one in January to own the t-shirt company, and I worked for Walgreens. Just giving you guys a little insight. I worked for Walgreens for many years doing the Florida shirts. So for many years I did that We did photography, we did weddings, we did everything back in the day for 20 years. So this is what's going to happen on next Thursday night. Next Thursday night, I'm going to be very transparent. I'm going to tell you my ups, my downs, my failures, everything, and how I got here and where I'm going. So if you guys are not busy, tune in. I'm doing Q&A, and I'm telling you from beginning to end. There are going to be some twists and some turns. I may cry a little bit, but y'all just okay. That's okay. But we doing 20 years in business I'm sorry, y'all. I'm about to get all emotional. 20 years in business with GT Promotions, 20 whole years that I've had that platform. So y'all join me next Thursday. I'm gonna go. It's crazy. So y'all join me next Thursday night. We don't have any guests. It's just gonna be me and you hanging out. There's gonna be some things that are gonna go on. So y'all come hang out. I'm gonna tell you about all the downfalls I had, all the times I got in trouble. And I'm gonna tell you about the times when customers cussed me out. I'm gonna tell you about the time when this happened, this happened. So I'm gonna tell y'all all the bad and the good and the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I'll be on for about 2 hours with y'all. So when people say somebody told me this, I'm gonna tell y'all the whole story. I'm gonna give y'all the tea. I'm gonna give y'all the tea on how it happened. I'm gonna tell y'all my side of the story. Because a lot of times y'all only heard one side. So again, we want to thank everybody for joining in tonight, everybody for coming on. And again, join me next Thursday night. I'm celebrating 20 years in the business of GT Promotions, GT Picture Perfect Photos and things. The GT family at 7 o'clock. So it'll be next Thursday night, not this Thursday, the 29th, which will be my anniversary of GT Promotions. We will be having a party right here. I'm gonna have me a couple. Well, you know what? I ain't gonna do no wine because y'all be tripping. If I drink some wine, y'all gonna be like, "Oh, she drank it." So I ain't gonna drink no wine. I'm just gonna do some apple cider, so y'all won't say I'm drinking. So y'all do your champagne. I'm gonna do some water, some apple cider, and come and celebrate with me that night. GT Promotions 20th anniversary, and we got some things that's gonna be going on. So I'll see y'all next week, and thank you so much. Again, don't forget to tune in Thursday night for Keeping It Real in the Gospel. I gotta go. I'll holler at y'all later.